Hey guys, it's me, Jeremiah Garcia here. This is my K-Cuisine video. Today, I'm going to be making the dish beef bulgogi. This is personally one of my favorite dishes that I always get when I go out for Korean food at places like K-Cuisine and Takamatsu in town. So yeah, I'm going to give you a rundown of the ingredients here. They'll probably be somewhere right here on the screen when I edit this in post. So to start, we have our quarter of a pear right here. This pear is meant to tenderize the meat and make the beef more tender. More of a savory item, we have a clove of garlic here, kind of a big bowl for a small thing. We have 2 tablespoons of soy sauce here, more of that flavor. Only a teaspoon here of red pepper flakes. A big old thing of ginger root. I'm not going to use all of it, but it's there. And here I have some light brown sugar, approximately 1 tablespoon. A tablespoon of sesame oil. And some kosher salt. I know it's a lot of salt, I'm not going to use all of it. It's mainly just to add some taste on cooking it. And for the beef we'll be using, I have this nice USDA choice beef ribeye here. So, to get things started, we're going to start with the marinade. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and grate this pear for the marinade, because you can't put the whole pear in, you have to grate it down a little bit. For that, I'll be using this little grater here, a zester. See, that's why we keep a towel handy, because things are going to get messy here. So see here, now we have it all nice and pureed up. Bit of skin we can probably toss out because no one wants the skin in the marinade. And then we're going to go ahead, checking my list here, like Santa Claus, making a list. Checking it twice. Now for our next step, we're going to have to grate this right here. We'll grate as well as peel the ginger. For a grand total of 1 tablespoon of grated and peeled ginger. Now, if you're making quite a mess, we have our peeled and grated ginger. I'm going to clean the cutting board off of all these husks. And finally, we have to peel one more thing. We have to peel our garlic, or our clove of garlic. Look at this tiny little thing. I had a whole debate today about what's a clove and what's not a clove, so I determined this guy right here is a clove of garlic.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind.
Alright, and there you have our very tiny clove of garlic that's now been shredded. Now we have all of our ingredients here. Pretty much go ahead and combine everything in our handy dandy bowl.
The rain, you're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight.
And here we have it. Here's our nice sauce all mixed up right here. Get that with the camera. Hope you can see that. Now we have that. We're going to set that to the side for the moment. And now we're going to cut up our meat in very thin slices. That's a characteristic of bulgogi that it's known for, is that as well as being marinated in some typical sauce, it is also cut very thinly, no more than probably a quarter of an inch in thickness. So my handy dandy knife, I'm going to go ahead and cut up this ribeye. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. See, what you don't want is something really thick like this. What you want to aim for is more of these a bit thinner slices right here.
Oh, I don't wanna jinx it, baby.
And of course, the reason I chose the ribeye is that typically ribeye is chosen for beef bulgogi. However, you don't have to use a cut-up steak that is this fancy. Other options besides ribeye include flank steaks and things such as top sirloin as well. They'll all work just fine for this, as long as you keep thin slices with whatever meat you're using. Keep your slices thin, you should be more than fine. And there we have it. Around a pound of thinly cut ribeye. What we're going to do is to put these directly into our marinade now. Go ahead and put them all in there. And I like using my hands for this so I can get it nice in there and mix the meat up the way I want it to. I'm just going to gently mix them around and coat them in the marinade. Making sure every piece gets a little bit of that marinade on it. It's already smelling amazing. And just like that, we have our marinated beef. And now, you can either let this sit for up to 24 hours and marinate overnight, or you can let it sit room temperature as it is now for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then you'll be able to cook it just fine. And now, I'm going to set this aside, and very quickly go wash my hands. It's always important to keep your hands clean while you're working. And now, while this is going to sit out and marinate right here, I'm going to get our little garnish ready for after we cook our steak, our bulgogi. All our garnish is going to be some simple green onions right here, or scallions, whatever you want to call them. I personally don't know the difference. Personally, I just take these, find this knife, already used here, line them up sort of nicely.
Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just me.
And there you have it. Here's a bit of our garnish from when we finish. This is what we will top our bulgogi with when we finish cooking it today. Alrighty, now that we have our bulgogi all nice and seasoned and marinated, like so, we're gonna go ahead and cook it. I'm choosing today to cook it in a heavy cast iron skillet that I have in my house. I would love to use a wok or a traditional grill, like Korean barbecue grill, but unfortunately I don't have the apparatus available to me at the moment. So, an important thing to know when cooking bulgogi is two things. The first off is you want this pan to be very ripping hot. See how it's even smoking right now because it's getting very hot? You want that because the bulgogi is not going to be on there that long. You want it to cook in about 2 to 3 minutes. Unfortunately, mine is a bit thicker than it should be, so it might take a little bit longer than that. But it's always important to note that when you cook your bulgogi, you want it to be done quickly, because if you leave it on there for too long, you run the risk of drying it out and making it very, sort of like a jerky if you leave it on there for too long. So, while cooking it, I will also season it with my salt here. I'm going to do it very lightly just to add a little bit of taste to it. As well, I'm going to add a dash of vegetable oil just so that I don't ruin the pan here. Because if I ruin the pan, I really don't want my mom yelling at me for ruining this pan. So I'm just going to add a dash. I'm not really a big measuring guy when it comes to oil. Just a dash of oil on there. See, it's already cooling up. And now, all we gotta do, pan's super hot, we're going to go ahead and just toss our bulgogi right in there. And there's that sizzle. And now we'll season it with our kosher salt. As you can see, the pieces like this are already pretty much all the way cooked, so it shouldn't be very much longer before this is all the way done. Now see, looking like there's no more visible red on the outside, we can go ahead and cut the heat. And our bulgogi should be more than done right here.
You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.
And here you have it. Our freshly made beef bulgogi from scratch. We can't forget, we have our nice little garnish right here. Some green onions. Throw them right on there. Here we are. I will say when making this, I tried a lot of new things for the first time. I got to try grating down and peeling various fruits and different vegetables that I've never done before. But let's get right to it. Here's the taste test. Grab a nice piece right here. Ooh. Those pepper flakes definitely added some heat to it. Overall, I really enjoyed it. It's definitely more of a savory taste than the sweeter bulgogis I see at restaurants such as Takamatsu and Daiguki. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. This is a really fun experience. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And hopefully leave a like and subscribe, all the cool YouTuber stuff. And thank you very much.